What's up, people? My name is Trenton Steele, aka Fatherrdiff, and today I want to talk to you guys about doing presets. Why presets? Because presets are like freaking filters for Lightroom, and it speeds up the process of editing pictures a lot. And if you're not using presets, you're missing out on save time, you're missing out on keeping a consistent look, and why are you not using it anyway? And you probably are, because before I started making presets, I was kind of copying my edits and then pasting them. But this is a very, very easier way to do it. We're gonna jump right into it. Once you get your photos imported into Lightroom, what you're gonna do is you're going to edit them however you would normally. I'm gonna pick a random picture just for, you know, the purpose of this film. Well, not film, but vlog. I'm gonna pick this one. So how I edit it right now is just gonna be a freehand edit. It's not gonna be very much thought put into it because I don't really care to edit like that right now. My whole purpose is to show you how to save this as a preset, how to import your presets, and yeah, it's nothing but presets today, okay? So once you import your photo, you're gonna go in, you're gonna edit it. For this one, I'm gonna raise up the exposure a little bit, maybe the shadows, maybe drop down the blacks, maybe go up and change the contrast just a little bit. I'm gonna turn the clarity down because I want it a little bit softer. And then I'm gonna go here, put that there so I don't mess it up. Drop that down a little bit and blah, blah, blah. Maybe drop that or raise that. I'll raise that. They say that this is supposed to be an S curve. I have no idea. They say it works better if it's like an S. Who knows? So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna drop down the exposure just that far. And I'm going to maybe change the saturation of yellow because yellow is usually skin tone. We can see what it does. It's like her eyes and her shoulder kind of have a little bit of a difference in it. And you can probably hear my MacBook right now because it speeds up for some reason when I'm editing. Lightroom just takes it and yeah. I normally don't edit on my MacBook, but I normally do it on my iMac, which is in the other room, but I wanted to do it in the studio, so I'm using this. Probably change up the saturation of red. Let's see, that's a little bit too dark. So I'll bring it a little bit up, and then we will come down to highlights, which is the split tone for highlights. Again, just playing around, so we're not gonna take it that serious. Maybe make that a little bit more blue. The shadows, let's try teal or orange, and I get that look. I like that. For the purpose of this, it's fine. Remember, I'm not doing this to save this as an actual thing. I took up the sharpness because I like for it to be a little bit sharp. Bring up the mask because that kind of makes it look smoother. Bring up noise reduction just in case. Let's see, and I'm going to enable profile corrections. What that does is, like this vignetting on the side right here, like here and here, these corners, it's gonna get rid of it somewhat. So once I click it, boom. So as I come down, now this transformation right here, normally it's gonna straighten it up, adjust it a little bit as to how it thinks it should be. But to get the best results, you have to make sure that the profile corrections is on because it determines the lens and all this and that. So I click auto. Oh, dang. What did I eat? Excuse me. So I click auto, see what it does, go back on, off. In this case, I think I stick with it being off because it really doesn't make that much of a difference to me. Do I want grain? I mean, for the sake of it, you know, just for giggles, some giggles, you know, we'll do it that way. So yeah, remember, this is not a full walk down of how I edit my pictures. It's just a brief import. And I'm gonna go to the 4x5 by 8x10 because that's how photos are normally on Instagram. And I think that right there looks perfect. In my opinion, it does. And I like what I just did, so I'm gonna save this as a preset. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to this plus sign over here where it says presets. You're going to create preset, and we're gonna name it YouTube P-R-E-S-E-T, YouTube Presets Live, because you guys watch me make it. The group, we're not gonna put it in a group that's already there. We're gonna make a group for time being, and we'll just put live YouTube, so that way when I import these other ones for the other pictures, you'll see why. Live YouTube P-R-E-S-E-T. All right, so with this one, remember what I said with the changes. I'll turn off dehaze because not every picture needs to be dehazed. I will also turn off the transformation because remember what I said, every picture doesn't need to be straightened. And sometimes it's gonna get it wrong and mess it up and just jack it all the way up. The exposure, I always make sure that one's off because every picture isn't gonna be exposed the same. So if it's too dark, of course when you edit it, you're gonna raise it up. If it's too low, if it's too bright, of course you're gonna take it down. And that varies from picture to picture. So if you have that exposure set for all of them, it's gonna make every single one of them change too much. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and click create, and it should show up live YouTube presets right here. And then I'll click that, which is basically what it is. Now, I'm gonna import the presets that I made for this video now. So we'll go to the plus sign, and I go to import, and wherever they're sitting, I already have it right here. It's a folder on my desktop. So I'm gonna select the ones that I want, and I want all of them. So I'm gonna go to shift, and then I'm gonna click the bottom. That way all of them are selected. I'm gonna go to import. Now, because of the way I saved it, it's already saved in a folder on my iMac called Diff YouTube. So these right here are the ones that I've edited these pictures with already. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this YouTube preset up into it. So if you wanna change the folder or the group that they're in, just click it and drag it on up. So there it is. And it's down there at the bottom, YouTube Live. So that is how you make a preset. That is how you import it and how you create one. Now, if you wanna make a change to one, it's simple. So let's say I want the shadows to be darker. Okay, I want it to look like that. What I'll do is I'll right click it, and I will go to update with current settings, and it's gonna change it for you. But I don't like how that looks, so I'm gonna Command Z and bring it back. Now, if I go through and let's just see, let's pick 2 more so I can show you how to get the style of it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this preset to several more pictures so that you can see how they look. I'm gonna show you a way that you can compare these images side by side to make sure that all of these look the same. Because if you don't have the same aesthetic, it's kind of hard to be like, well, they look good, but they don't flow. Like if you're gonna use these pictures in the same post or place them in the same magazine spot for somebody to talk about, you want them to look the same, unless you're going for that look of, I want them all to look different. But here's a way to see how it looks together side by side, multiple images. So I'll go ahead and apply the YouTube preset live. Click that, raise it up a little bit. Boom, I like that. I'm gonna crop it again, 8x10, because that's the way Instagram likes it. I'm going to drag it over just a tad, right there. And then I'm going to pick another one. Let's do that one. Let's see, we're gonna go to YouTube preset live again. Bring up that exposure just a little bit. And then we're gonna go down to there. Crop 8x10. And voila, my computer is back on like speed racer again. Okay, so I have 3 or 4 images edited with the same preset. Okay, now I want to see how they look together as far as being compared, not like compared as, oh, well, which one looks better. No, like as far as the same style of editing applied to each picture so they look the same. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to, there's multiple ways to do this. So out of the import that I did, I can go in and I can press edit only, and that's gonna bring up only the edited photos out of that import. Okay, we're gonna click it, we're gonna click one, and then we're gonna go to the other one. We're gonna press shift, and then we're gonna click that so we selected them, and then we're gonna go shift and in. So now you have all 3 pictures side by side, and as you can tell, this one looks a little bit brighter, but they all look somewhat the same, and I like it. I love it actually. So that's how you compare, and to get out of that, you just press shift and in again. And if you wanted to do it another way by selecting them like this, let's just say you edit multiple and you only want certain ones that you want to look at. Okay, you would go to, I don't know what happened, my computer just like froze for a second, so I'm just gonna stare at the camera until it gets it right. So how was you guys' day? What did you guys do today? I'm like, what's up? Lightroom just froze. Oh! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, what the? And I like this guy. I like Lightroom. I like Lightroom. Oh man. And I'm pretty sure it's not Lightroom's fault. It's totally my computer's fault because it's like hella old. I think it's like 2015. It's 2020, so that's a 5-year-old computer right here. So for the sake of this, I'm gonna go ahead and close out of that program. You can back me up, but you can't. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna restart it again. Yeah. All right, we're back. Okay, so if I wanted to select some random ones, I just click it. I go to command, hold command, click, hold command, click, and then shift and in. So the command click, basically I just clicked separate ones, multiple ones that I wanted, and did it that way to bring them up. You can pick specific ones that way. Now, the last thing I wanna go over is if you wanna export your presets and save them somewhere so that you can share yours with somebody, or if you want to bring them to another computer, I'm pretty sure there's a way that you can do it to where it's synced across Lightroom. I have to go back and look over that. I did a YouTube video on it before. I don't remember. My internet's slow, so I don't have that luxury that you guys have. Big whoop, you're lucky. You go to down, you'll right click it, and then you'll go to export group. This is the group. So you'll select the folder that you want and you'll click save. And that's pretty much it. Now, if you want an individual, you'll click the individual one that you want, right click it, and then export, and it'll be the same thing. That's pretty much it. If this was helpful, if you guys enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it. You would like it, maybe even share it, subscribe, you know, I really appreciate that. But yeah, also, last thing. I found out a pretty neat fact the other day that, you know, I'm not even gonna tell you, but just know it's about megapixels, and I'm gonna do something about megapixels. I'm like so geeked up about it, and I may be switching cameras. So twice, yeah, I'm gonna switch cameras twice, but I'll explain later in the next one. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been my tutorial on how to make presets, how to export presets, and everything else. So if you liked it, please like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I really enjoy you. You guys are what keeping me motivated to do this even more. So until next time, people, I am out. Everybody recording? Everybody good? All right, everybody want to be famous? Nobody want to put in the work. Put in that work, yes sir. All right.